In the golden age of cocktails, the drink was a star, and the bartenders that made those cocktails ruled the night. Beautiful, handmade drinks were made with the best ingredients, and early mixologists plied their trade to a thirsty and appreciative country. Sadly, Prohibition robbed the U.S. of most of its true bar craftsmen, leaving the profession without a good apprentice system to regenerate the talent behind the bar. Then, new techniques to process and preserve foods led to a gradual purging of fresh ingredients throughout restaurants and bars. Quite simply, it got way too easy to have fruits and juices come from bottles and cans, and bartenders took full advantage of these shortcuts. In short order, we ended up with a period of cocktails that was not too exciting, and customers learned not to expect too much when they went out for a drink. Happily, this started to change in the 1980s as a re-emergence of the cocktail began. Many of us point to our colleague Dale DeGroff and his cocktail program for the opening of the Rainbow Room in 1987, a program which was a high-profile return to classic cocktails and fresh ingredients. The publicity generated at the Rainbow Room, coupled with their ability to produce these types of drinks at high volume, was a wake-up call to the industry. Today, everywhere one sees examples of how the craft of bartending has returned. Mixologists see that they have more options behind the bar than ever before. Perhaps the biggest difference is how much thought today's drink makers put into what goes into their creations. Taking a cue from the kitchen, bartenders are looking for how to utilize fresh, exciting ingredients into what they are making at the bar. Rethinking traditional bar setups, today's bars are utilizing big flavors and finding more and more ways to incorporate not just fresh ingredients, but quality spirits into cocktails. Now, the old argument about it not mattering what quality of spirits you use in your cocktails has thankfully died down a bit recently. Of course it matters what you put into your drinks, because you can taste the difference. But the bigger issue is how a quality spirit affects a cocktail. Properly distilled spirit acts as a vehicle for flavor, a platform to push other flavors up through the cocktail. In choosing specific ingredients for a drink, each one is important, and all should be tasted. A drink should not be too strong or too sweet or too bitter, but rather, all the flavors should be balanced. A well-distilled spirit acts as the backbone to everything else that I want my guests to taste in that drink. A backbone that informs the drink, but also allows other ingredients to shine through. This is one of the reasons for Cognac's prominent place in the history of cocktails, and it's a huge reason why today's bartenders are using Cognac in new cocktails, the spirit itself. As we have discussed here, the quality of distillation in Cognac is as good as it gets. The beautiful base spirit of these products make them the perfect vehicle to carry flavor and allow for the balance that's the hallmark of any well-made drink. With that balance, I want great texture. A well-made cocktail should be just like a great food dish or glass of wine. It should present an array of tastes in the mouth as the different waves of flavor express themselves. In cocktails, you get those layers by using great ingredients. When you taste a Cognac straight, you get so much in the mouth. Depending on the mark, you can get a range from light and delicate to full-bodied spice to more powerful, robust fruit, and all manner of points in between. This complexity of flavors lends deep texture to cocktails without having to add a litany of ingredients. With that in mind, bartenders have embraced Cognac, and while the classics have returned in earnest, it's just as exciting to see how much bartenders have embraced Cognac as they develop today's new cocktails.